Hey guys, what's up? I'm back from Scotland. Had a wonderful time, thank you for asking. And we've got a 15+10 game up against BZ Halland Chess, rated 1629 from France. And this, my friends, is a Tübingen Gambit. Okay, so, looks stupid, probably is, probably counts as a dumbass opening, however, it does alright in the real world. And my opponent has just blundered his knight. How's about that? Okay, so we have here a discovered attack against our queen. Opponent is now angry, and for good reason. Okay, this pawn is undefended. So I could go here. No, I couldn't. Go away, Sasha. I really need to think. It's hard. Okay. My hunch is queen f3. Okay. I can't go here or here and try and trade the queens off. I'm up a piece. Why not? Makes sense. I can't go there because I have to get off of this diagonal, right? So all these are out. That's out. So it's here, here, or here. And my hunch is queen f3. This... Oh, actually, but that hits the pawn, doesn't it? Come on, let's try that one. Let's try that one. I'd like to get this bishop out at some point and pressure f7, yeah? Or knight f3, knight g5, pressuring f7. We might have g6. That doesn't upset me. g6, I'll probably just come back. Okay, he's advanced the pawn, allowing me actually to take on e5 with check. After which he has bishop blocks, or queen blocks. Queen blocks ain't going to happen. Queen blocks, he knows he's going to just, I'll trade off. Bishop blocks doesn't work because it drops that. Okay, so I think it's going to be bishop e6. You're in check, you've got to do something. You've decided to trade off the queens. And resigns. Check it out, the Tübingen Gambit, boys and girls. Okay, let me just show you on, we'll do another game actually, but I'll just show you on Lichess, the old Tübingen Gambit. F2 flips the board. No, it's not, we were white. Just testing you then. Okay, and in response to the kind of copycat mirror variation knight f6, this is the Tübingen Gambit. And yes, black does quite well. But I am on the Masters database. Title players have played this 4 times. Crazy. And black has won 3 of those games. But that's not what interests us. What interests us is the real world. So we go to the Lichess database. I've got this set to... Oh, what if I got it set to that? Anyway. So we'll look at 2000 rating. White's winning 62%, right? That is blitz and bullet. No, it's not even blitz or bullet. That is rapid and classical. Okay? White does very well, thank you very much. Okay? At 1800, same kind of deal. Let's just check the other end of the spectrum at 1200. Black does better, right? But anyway, interesting. I thought it was interesting. All right, let's try and get a proper game. We are rated 1589. We are doing the same again. The Van Geet opening. I ran this past Coach Mike saying, what do you think of the Tübingen Gambit? He says it's dubious but fun. So there you go. Okay, I think we're just going to grab some central space now. Opponent is rated 1572, and that looks like they're from Italy. Hello. Samir 1 11 A6. Okay, I'll have the whole center, why not? So this is now French. We have transposed into the French. But you've not played d5 yet. Oh, whoa. Okay. Generally, kind of inadvisable to move pawns of the same colour one square. Right? You might move this one and this one, right? Or you might do like Levy says, this one and this one. Okay. So I'd love to do that. I might, if I have a knight and f3, I could do that. f4 is also quite tempting though. See, right now my light squared bishop's looking at the board going, what's there for me? Right, but that's only right now. So I think we chill with this bishop. I might even fianchetto this bishop. I think that makes sense. Put him on g2, where this might open up. Okay, so that's one attacker on there. It is defended. I think I can go ahead with the fianchetto. Oh, Christ, I don't want to do that. Oh, I gave myself a turn. Okay, one attacker, one defender on this. Always good to count these. People still make counting an attacker, counting attacker and defender blunders and mistakes at this level. Okay, so knight e7. Making me think I want to drop my bishop out soon. I might get my knight here and just castle. Knight here and castles is also an option. Where does this knight want to be? I think this bishop's got quite a good home there. f4 is a thought. You see here, you've always got this option of stick the queen behind it on the diagonal and then try and trade it off. Which I think, before I make a decision about which way I'm going to send the king, I think I might do that. So that last quick win got me within a hop, skip and a jump of 1600 again. It'd be nice to get to 1600 and stay there, wouldn't it? And then strike out for 1700. Yeah, I think this is still under attack, but now I can always say, hey, you want to trade? You want to trade with me? See, what's happened here is opponents castled into a fianchetto position. Nothing wrong with that. But I have yet to show my hand. I could still send young Harry up the board. That's now two attackers on here. So I think now my knight wants to come to one of these squares. Question is, which square is better? From here, where can I go? Okay. From here, where can I go? I'm also defending that. I can also go here. I don't really know. I'm going to put knight ge2. Also defends that. Also defends this. Not that this pawn's like worried. It's like I've got my mates behind me. I might even go along h4, h5. Just to spice up your life. f4 is also a thought. Tempting. So I hope you've all had a nice week. I've had a jolly nice week. The weather in Scotland is better than the weather in Derbyshire. Don't know why. 8 hours drive up north, where it doesn't get dark until like 11 o'clock at night in the summer. Queen goes here. What are you thinking? Right. Is it time for Harry's game? Or f4? f4 e5 puts a massive King Kahuna clamp, boom, 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 down on there, and also locks my bishop behind bars. Attack you. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I don't think f4. I don't think I want to block off this, but I may come in here. I may just come in here. h4 is still a thought. Long castles is a thought. I'm doing that. I'm doing that. I'm cards on the table. Long castles. I'm not worried about this bishop. Look how bad that bishop is. Look at him. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Black's only got one pawn on a dark square and it's right in front of the bishop. This bishop is out of the game. This rook is playing no part in the proceedings. Young Harry, however, is starting to tie up his boots. Don't see huge value in this. Oh! Excellent. Now that might give me a target. What if e5? Just bear me out here. What if e5? This bishop bites on granite. This pawn is well defended. Super well defended. Now it's got a rook behind it. God damn. Here. h4 comes. This pawn can't go nowhere. It's got a bishop up its nose. If I take, he might take away. Wait. He might take away from the centre. No, I like pushing. Ah, push it. Push it good. Wow. What do we think? What do we think of this? I think black is playing super passively. Now this does make sense, trying to attack the centre. Now f4, my worry is this though, isn't it? Here, 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 there. That's okay actually. I think I can defend with f4. If he attacks me, I come here. If he pushes, I can take. I actually win a pawn. So I ain't even bothered. But this, and then h6. Kind of de-encourages Harry's game, doesn't it? This is well defended. h3, g4. See, I want the action on this side of the board, don't I? I want the action on the king side, where my king isn't. I'm slightly nervous about this giant... Oh! Dark squared doodah. And now, black's light square bishop is sitting there going, well, thank you very much for that. Don't know how if I can ever thank you enough for concreting me in. I'm wondering if I should put my bishop here. h4 is still met with h6 and my bishop is not trapped. It trades itself off for the knight. So he's only got one chance to play h6 because then I get in h5 myself, right? If he doesn't play h6, if he plays h6 we trade. Knee bother, right? And notice, right, this is what we mean by closed files. And what this means is that this is a closed board. The center is closed. Why is it closed? Well, this pawn can he move forward, and this pawn can he move forward, and that one can he move forward, right? This fella can he move forward. And he's just fiddling with his bits. He's fiddling with his little pawns. Okay, so I'm thinking at this point h5 is just too tempting. Here, what was that? You want to come here and have a piece of my queen? I could just prevent that. Just if I do h6, just bear with me on this. He can't go there, right? And he can't stay there. So what's he going to do? I'll tell you what he's going to do. He's going to go back to h8. Not the smartest place for a bishop to be fair. Then I can attack this pawn. So maybe I should be putting my queen here. Because this knight's doing cool right now, isn't it? Also, he can't recapture this knight with this. If I was to take this now, it has to be the queen recapturing. Does that make any difference? Not really. I don't have to move my queen on this turn, you see, because if he comes in, then I can choose to move my queen. Got options. I'll just take this. Ah. You see what I'm thinking? If I take this now, he can choose to take the pawn, the knight or the queen, right? Now, here's the consequence of this move. This knight, or when it was there, was the second defender of that knight. If I was to take this knight now, we've already said now the queen must recapture, or you lose a piece, right? So if I take that knight, queen takes, I take here, it's only pawn takes. And he can throw in an in-betweeny if he wants to. I don't care. I'm not even bothered. That's what we're talking about, consequences of moves. Do you get me? Moves have consequences. Now this is brown trousers time now, isn't it? For Blackie. Because what I'd love to do now is play Queen H2. There's a slight problem with that move in that it's somewhat illegal because my own junk is in the way. Now, what's this bishop doing? Nobody knows. What's this knight doing? Your guess is as good as mine. Though. Huh. Bang. And now, that's one piece out of the way for the queen. Now, he might still come in here. I don't even care. Could even sack my bishop off. I don't know. So, the general plan, man, is... Yeah, okay. I think I just want to keep the queen on this. I'm thinking queen e2. Look how bad his bishops are, right? Oh yeah, by the way, this is what I was saying. Locked positions, closed positions, technically. Bad for bishops. Not great for knights. I mean, knights can't get through this either, right? But a knight could, you know, work his way... Anyway, I don't know what I'm saying. Here, I think. Bishop here, there. Oh. Right, okay. Yeah. Okay, so your idea is that that's checkmate. Cock. I was too busy saying what a doofus my opponent was and forgot to check for checkmate threats. Like you do. Even if I take there, that's still checkmate. Okay. So is this forcing me to do this? This, queen takes. I take the knight though. This, queen takes knight, pawn takes knight. See, where's your backup? If you don't have the... Oh, bugger. Bugger. I got totally punked. Curse you. Ah! Look at this. Winning. Boom. Brilliant. Great kid, don't get cocky. And there's me, like, mouthing off, right? I thought that was a bloody good game up to... How can you be, like, winning, and then losing a couple of moves, and it goes, oh, you played 1150. Okay, so this is his thought. This is his attacking idea. Go there. Sack it all off. Open up my bit. Oh, actually, goodness me, that would have been good. No excuses, guys. I thought my opponent was a dumbass, and that was it. So I did that. And now I have to play knight a4, because that is mate into. I have to play knight a4 and actually give up the knight. a3 isn't even an option there. So it's still mate in 2. Oops, mate in 2 there. Oh, well, he did well there, the boy. Now, that's annoyed me, though. Should do another one. Casper Raymer from the Netherlands. Okay, right. So we're going Nimzovich defense. Not a huge fan of this. I found a line just before. Okay, this is the Nimzovich declined. Takes, takes. That's embarrassing, isn't it? And I was actually winning. Here. Never develop a piece into the path of an oncoming central pawn. You can give away the whole centre and lots of space as well at the same time. Okay. This is my hunch. This pawn is actually defended. Still my hunch though. Because then I can play my knight here. If he trades off, I can recapture the queen, targeting f7. Queen f6, I think, is an underrated move. I can just block it. Probably should. Doesn't change much. And it's not really where my bishop wants to go. My bishop wants to go there. If I do this and let him... See, what he's doing here is like Spanish style. He's threatening the defender of e5, right? If I do this, he takes, I take. It hits his knight. He takes, I take. Let's try it. And within hop, skip and a jump of 1600, we've slid down a snake all the way to 1581. Takes, I just take, hits the knight, he takes here and I come back there. That's fine. This pawn's defended still. Okay? If he trades first, happy days. And then if he takes there, I take back the queen. Or he could do that. It's also a thought. Which I haven't even counted upon. Because he's actually pinned the defender of the thing. And now I can't take here because pawn takes and then my knight is attacked by a pawn. Yes, that was silly, wasn't it? But now he's also threatening takes. If I take back with the pawn, takes, and he's forking king and rook. So I have to do this after all. Right, we live and learn. Takes there, I might even take with the pawn. Yeah, I just got carried away. Just got carried away thinking... I prefer this, I think. So you can't go there, you can't go there. Yeah, or there, actually. Or there, or there. So, what have you got? That or that? What you gonna do? You're going to trade, aren't you? Then I have this, though. Queen here attacks knight and pawn, both undefended. Interesting. Can't take there. In fact, whatever he does, I can just take the pawn with check, isn't it? Plus, my knight's actually also attacking that pawn, so... Yeah, you just get carried away, thinking, oh, look at this, I've got this is great, I've got this is super, right? And then suddenly you don't got this at all. Now, this is an interesting setup. White's only playing with one piece right now. Correction. What are you doing? Qu'est-ce que t'as fait? Le cheval, le chevalier. Surely, McLean. What have I missed? What have I missed? I don't know. Cheeky checkmate, threat. Oh, you saw it. Right, okay. Well, anyway, he's opened himself up. This is not the worst pawn structure in the world. I'd love to go there and I can't. I could go here and then lose a piece. Could just drop back down, I think. Here? Here or here? Let's come back here. I think we're okay. I've got two bishops against one bishop. I've got rotten pawns, I'm not going to lie to you. Whereas opponent has got quite a comfy structure, but what he doesn't have is the old light squared bishop. Which I think comes in quite handy some of the time. Could have stuck it there. The time to consider alternative moves is generally, here's a tip, you can take this one for free, before you make your move. Don't go, ooh, I'm going to play this like it's a 5-minute blitz game, and then go, oh, do you know what I could have done? I could have done that move. Sitting there with 13 minutes, 59 seconds on your clock. Learn from Uncle Benjamin. Don't worry. I like my bishop here. Don't you? I like that very much. Yes, I do. Do I even want a castle at all? That's another good question. But you see, two bishops, I argue, is better than one. I'm doing this. Because that bishop's shooting at the sides of the barn here, right? Yeah, it's controlling squares. Yeah, it's controlling some squares in my opponent's half of the board, but here it's controlling these two and these two, whereas here it was blocked by that guy, wasn't it? I could castle, I could just stick my king here, stick my rooks here, and just wang my pawns in his general direction. Bishop here though as well. Having said that, castles and then rook here is still two moves. My king is probably safer though, actually, on a dark square, funnily enough. Light square, I mean. Here, and just start throwing pawns at him. Just sitting there. While he's sitting there over the board, his pawns hitting him on the head. Which wouldn't be allowed in a serious classical game. This bishop's looking a bit stupid. I need this pawn to move. As if it moves one or two squares, I can wipe it out. Oh, with a discovered check. There, let's say bishop here. I do f6 takes. Okay with that. He has got one more pawn than I've got. Because he's still... Oh, excellent. 1500s, guys. In fact, the first game was a 1600. Right? This is only basics. That's all we're talking about. He's got this move. Then I take here, probably. And yeah. If I take that, rook takes. Then I take there. Take this, he has to move his rook, right? but his rook's the only defender of that as well. So if he takes here, I've got queen takes again with check. Ha ha. It sucked to be you. See, if the rook should go here, the rook can take the pawn though. I'd love to take that. Maybe if he goes here, I'll just defend it. Rook A, B, A. And then, okay, well this is a no-brainer. Take the check again. And okay, right. Mr. Whiz? Mr. Whiz on the spectrum? Okay. This bishop still has a very natural looking home there. I'm not worried about anyone coming to that square. This pawn is currently not attacked, so I could just stick my queen on either of these two. I could stick it here, where it defends the pawn. I could just stick it here, where it stops this pawn's advance. That also gets in the bishop's way. But then maybe I think maybe defending the pawn. That's what I'm thinking. Push there. This is okay. Right, I'm +4 materials. Now you've got to move your rook. But then I do this, and then what are you going to do? It's all going horribly wrong, isn't it? Just gets worse and worse, doesn't it? Name the film. In fact, I've quoted from that film before. Right. Pawn takes. Well, pawn takes. Then if he does this and I do that, he's got queen takes here. Bishop takes, though, I think is the better move. You can't push this because pawn takes, and we've got ourselves a little fortress there. Right. Now he's not threatening to take the pawn. I would love to threaten to checkmate him on this square. How do we do that, you may ask? I've got a couple of check skis, actually. Might be worth chucking in a check ski. This king here to prevent that. Any benefit in a check ski? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe something like this. Should it be this rook then? This pawn can probably look after itself. Actually, that pawn would love to get up there, wouldn't it? Is that what I should be doing right now? If he does this, let's do that then. A4, A3. This pawn is locked in. This rook can't go anywhere until the queen moves. I'm going to be trying my damnedest to trade the queen off. I can't do that. Must you? Okay. Right. What's that about? What is that about? This? No. I'm just getting slightly nervous. I'm going to stick my rook here. I might put my king here. Maybe I should do that first. King here, though. Ah, he's defending his rook. Of course. Right, this pawn is now well defended. Okay. Free pawn? Looks like it. So he's got his rooks paired now on the second, which is not a bad thing. So he's defending where all his pawns is. Yeah? Having your rooks on your 7th, i.e. your opponent's 2nd rank, that's way more aggressive. I might even just hide my love away, as the song goes. I'm now actually +5 materials. I'm up a bishop and 2 pawns. 2 peons. Not sure what pawn is in German. Probably means peasant or something like that. That's the general plan, I think. There's nothing to do here, really. I mean, you know, if this was watching a World Championship match, well, a World Championship match would have been resigned by this point. That's the thing. It's that winning. But of course, we're playing human chess, and you can't take anything for granted. Case in point, my first game. You might be thinking of something like this. Then I've got checks and stuff though. He's also got to be careful about this. So what about something like that? That threatens this pawn. Obviously it's only semi-threatened right now, but it also pins this rook temporarily. And this is just this situation where now he just hasn't got enough like security to patrol the whole place. That's the problem, right? Compared to how many invaders there are. And it's simply just then a numbers game. So I get my king here, might stick my rook back there, might centralize this rook, I don't know. I quite like that move. Just going to keep shoving the king out of the way. I don't believe this. Gets a pawn and a bishop for a rook. That just makes his life worse. I bet you didn't think you were going to get 3 games, did you? Well, you probably did actually, because I don't know what the video is going to be called. But it's probably giving you a clue. Okay, now, if I attack this pawn, it's only defended by that. So I might do this move. So pinning this rook on the queen. Because he just doesn't want to trade queens. You do not want to go into an ending a whole piece down. Also noting, by the way, this rook cannot move with check. That's very important. Okay. Interesting, right, let's just talk this through, okay? Now I notice I put my queen on an undefended square, so the problem is that a pin can also be a discovery. Got to remember this. Double-ended, right? So he does this. If I just take that back with rook or whatever, I lose my queen. So I have to trade queens first. Oh, look at this, and it's got continuity. Right. Oh, that was good. Right. I'm 2 pawns up. I can't save this one because the only way to defend it is that. However, I can take one of these two with a variety of moves. Question is, what's most important? Maybe this, to attack that and defend that at once. This he takes. My king's kind of stuck. He's not back rank, can't get back rank because he's got king f2, but then I've got this. So I'm thinking this move. Thinking maybe g6, king g7, just to make sure there's no checks at all. Not when there's only a rook. And this pawn can never promote because I can always snatch it off as long as I'm not pinned. So as long as he's not pinned. Freddie. Okay, you take here, I take here. Then you take here. Then I go here Didn't think that through, did I? Didn't think it through. I'm going to be 1 pawn up, guys. 1 pawn for my piece. That was very... I just missed the continuity capture with check. Here. Here. He hasn't got time to attack this pawn because when I take his pawn, I'm defending my pawn, right? So here, he moves forward. I move forward with him. Same deal. And he's got 2 options to do that. And I should be 2 pawns up, which is enough. Just thinking, I don't want to get kind of perpetualed. If I can get my king to here, I've got the option to block with a pawn and prevent any more checks from the rook. Actually, I can always block with my rook. That was a jolly good sequence. So it turned out... Where was it? That probably wasn't the best move because it loses a piece. And he spent 24 seconds? No, he spent 5.5 seconds on this idea, which I thought immediately was a mistake. Interesting. Okay, so it's still in his court, and I think this is winning for black. Don't you? He can attack my pawn, don't do any good. So my pawn's then going to shuffle up here, my rook moves with check, my pawn shuffles to here. Right, I just need to move my rook somewhere along the back rank, and he's got... Well, it means his rook's got to be behind my rook, my pawn. Which means his rook is tied to this file. And in the meantime, I start shuffling my pawns up as well, attacking over here with a 3-on-2 majority. And my rook is somewhat more flexible than his. I don't know. My rook could be tied to the defense of the pawn as well. Right, this is what we predicted. Okay. See, his king currently can't enter the second rank. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 moves and he attacks my rook. But if he starts doing that, I'm going to start gobbling his pawns. So, what have you got? My king also can't enter the second rank, but I do have this. I've got pawns to hide behind. He technically has the same. Okay. Move it up again. If I do this, he's forced onto the second rank. Then he comes back. There, he's forced, right? Then do I move my pawn up? Comes here, pawn up. He's going to start going across there. I don't know. It's interesting. There, let's say there. Here. Now what I want to do is to be able to move with check. I might still do that. I might just stick my king there first and then figure it out. Here. He goes here. Push the pawn up. Okay. It changes nothing really. There, there, pawn up. And then what I'm looking to do is to move my... But he still has to stay on these 2 ranks. Well, 1 rank. I'll show you. So here, he's got to go to this, is forced. But if he moves anywhere that's a checkable square, any of these, my rook will go and check him, and then this pawn promotes. That's the problem. Now if I go here, for example, I'm attacking this pawn. If he comes and attacks my rook, I promote to a queen. He's got to take, I take back, I win. And I think that loses, because here is check. Let's say he moves his king to attack my rook, I promote. Right? And this is the whole point. You want to keep your rook on the back rank, move it out the way of the pawn with check, which means the opponent's got to do something. Now he resigns. Because this, and he's got to trade his rook for my queen, and then he's a rook and a pawn down. And it's death at that point. Resignation. Good game, well played. Let's have a quick look. Utterly, thunderously winning now there for black. Okay, 75-3, 78-6, and what was it? Yeah, he just blunted his knight. Okay, well, let's check out this opening, because knight c3 is a mistake. Of course d4. And e5 is not good. e6 to kick it away. Oh, and he can't go back there. And he can't go back there. So from here, he's got to go here, right? Knight f4 is pretty much the only move. And then e5, it says. And we're just slightly better. Now he can come back to d5. We then contest the knight. Okay. I did that. Okay, at this point, we're winning, and that was a mistake. And that was the best move. That was very good. So that's going to be a captures puzzle, that one. That was the best move for white. Let's have a look at the analysis. Yeah, rook takes d5 is a full 3 pawns better than anything else because it wins a bishop. That's very good. And I had to do that, and that was the best move, and this. But we're still winning, fortunately. King e7 here was the best move, apparently. King e7 or king e8 are the same. Rook d5, which is the move I played, is 0.17 of a pawn difference. So fish, bzz, bzz, bzz. Shush. Yeah. This was good, but giving check, but it's still losing. Anyway, that was good. 2 wins, 1 loss. Can't be bad. Anyway, it's my first day back at the office, so yeah, hope you enjoyed it. That's all I can say. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.